I'm also hearing you make a really important distinction between work and practice. And I know that I have to often remind my clients that we're not there to work. Like
Right.
when we're doing coaching, it's more flowing, like you would describe the vinyasa. It's more
Hmm.
flowing and supportive. We have to commit to show up,
Right.
and we have to have the discipline to do that.
Hmm.
Um, I'm hearing you just describe a practice and a commitment that allows you to enter into that space rather than working so hard to control more
Right.
parts of our lives. And I love how you say that it sort of feeds itself. That the more you take care of yourself, the more you eat better, the more you dance, and your body responds positively. It's like, oh, this is good. I want more of that, right?
Right. Right. Well, and then you bring people to you who are in the same, who are doing the same things, and
Mm-hmm.
then you only get more support and more support.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that's also not, you know, you're not actively rejecting anyone or anything.
Mm-hmm.
You're just making the positive choices.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you're putting, it's all, to me, it's all positivity. Even when you're working with patterns, or, you're working with those areas that, are your blind spots
Mm-hmm.
ultimately.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to see them first
Yeah.
and accept them
Mm-hmm.
next,
Mm-hmm.
and then be able to work with them. And by accepting them, that doesn't mean saying it's okay, or
Mm-hmm.
saying that, okay, well, I see that now, and I'm gonna keep it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not acceptance does not mean choosing to keep something. It just means, okay, this is the way it is
Exactly.
right
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
in this moment. I see it now,
Yeah.
and it's okay right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then just casting that awareness on it allows it to change. That's true in the yoga practice. That's true in relationship to
Mm-hmm.
self and all of that stuff. So to me, clear seeing, you had to ask kind of what deepening wisdom is like coming up for me. And those are the two things in tandem. It's seeing things really clearly, without judgment. I mean, I guess is the best way to put it, without saying that this is necessarily like really good, we're going to hold on tight to it, or really bad, I'm going to reject it. But just seeing it first, and then being able to have the sustained attention
Mm.
to let it transform. That's one of the kind of the metaphors that I use when I teach yoga. There's this philosopher, Simone Weil,
Mm-hmm.
and she makes this comparison between attention and will, which is the same thing
Mm-hmm.
that we're talking about with
Yeah.
practice and work.
Mm.
Sustained attention is what creates change
Wow.
that lasts.
Mm-hmm.
And will is, a force, and
Yes.
it breaks things.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, she's awesome. Was.
It's funny that you say that that's the wisdom that's deepening for you, is because that, if I were to characterize this past, let's say, 2 years of spiritual practice, is that really is being with what is, and not and working to, or practicing to to be with that in like you said, in a sustained way, and that noticing even my own resistance and my own rejection of different parts of myself, or even things in the external world, and that it is amazing how the acceptance brings about the change. When you're finally accepting this is the way that it is, then that's where the seed to freedom lies.